What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Lector, and today we got another figure here from this 60th Avengers line, and this is of course the Iron Man Model 01. So in today's video, what we're going to do is of course check out the figure, go through articulation, accessories, and of course give you my thoughts and my opinions after doing some comparisons. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start off here with the packaging. Of course, this is the windowless packaging that we are very familiar with, and of course the ones that we don't like. We have the product image on the front and on the sides here, and also on the back we have a preview of some accessories. We have some of the cartoon image over here, some comic images, and the logo on the top, which does look pretty cool. So now let's just unbox this bad boy up. So boom, here we have the Iron Man Model 01, which I think actually looks really nice as well. This does come in at a better price. I mean, I wouldn't say better price. It comes in at a higher price. That's the better word for it. So it does come in at about 159 ringgit, which does place it at about the $30 mark, depending on where you're from. Normally I get my figures from One Toy or My Toy Malaysia, so in case if you are around Malaysia, you can get it here in KL. So I'm going to go through the accessories first. So this one here isn't too bad. We have some of the effect pieces here. We have the smoke pieces, which we have seen before, but this is my first time having it because I don't really buy a lot of the Iron Man figures, but this does look really cool to add into his arsenal. We have also the fire blasters here as well, and we have a pair of closed-fisted hands, very nice gray, and we also have the open-fisted hands on him this side. So I'm gonna put all the accessories here. Nothing much, to be honest, in terms of the whole accessories. This is pretty standard for most of the Iron Man figures. So we're going to have a closer look at him. We don't have any head sculpt, which is of course very disappointing because they could have easily given us one from the 80th anniversary, which I do have here. So this is one they could have easily given us, which we are going to test out in a little bit. So let's put the head here. Looks very eerie, I would say. So yes, this figure here does look really nice. It is a little bit bigger and a bit chunkier than your normal average Marvel Legends figure. So in terms of the head, I think it looks really nice. You don't really get to see the eyes on Tony Stark inside here, which is quite disappointing. And if you notice on the heads here and on the sides, you do have that bolts here, the metal bolts on his helmet. Good attention to details here. And you do have some scratch marks on him, like on his chest area, on his legs here as well, to show a little bit more some barrel damage. I think they could have added a little bit of some wash around. And also on his arms here as well. I do like the gray color that's on him. You can see a little bit of the marbling around, but it isn't too bad, to be honest. I did wish that they could have maybe given us a little bit of a shinier gray, but I'm not a huge Avengers fan, so maybe this is more accurate to the actual comics. Let me know in the comments down below. And in terms of the chest piece here as well, I do like that they do have a blue hue all around the circle part of him, which does give it a more of a glowing effect on him as well. And on the chest here, we do have some nice buttons here. The belt is loose on him, so I'm guessing it's not really glued on him here. And on his arms, pinless joints, and we do have some nice details here, some sculpting work. And also on the both side arms, you do get to see the bolts on both sides here, which does look really nice. And also we're just going to go on to his legs here, some nice bolts on his legs here as well. And we have some scratch marks like I mentioned before, pinless joint knees as well. And as you can see, like the moment I kind of move his knees away, you can see that there's a bit of a gap here, which does look really nice as well. And going on to his boots, you do have, I thought they would have at least given us a calf swivel, which they draw the line here, but sadly we don't have it there. And the boots does look really nice, good amount of texture here. So overall looking really nice. Let me do a head sculpt here, a head swap here. Okay, so it's sad to say that the 80 years anniversary head sculpt can't fit on this, which would be very disappointing because actually if you look at this here, he looks really, really nice. I mean, imagine that. I know the body looks really big, but it is of course a huge armor, the first armor that you've gotten. It is quite sad that you can't put it on this body here, which is very, very nicely looking here. I mean, this would have been really great. I think the other one, the 20th anniversary Tony Stark head, would have fitted here, which I've seen online. And yeah, you don't get to use this because this was one of the first few Iron Man suits that he used, if I'm not wrong. So we have it here, looking really, really nice. Put this to the side here so you guys can have a look. So in terms of articulation, which we are going to go now, the head joint, he does have a neck hinge inside here, so it's able to give you a little bit more tilt around, and of course you can rotate it as much as you want, but of course with this whole armor you cannot tilt the head upwards or downwards as much as you can see here. It's just like a tilting movement. So it's pretty sad, but of course this is the first armor like I mentioned. And if you go onto the arms, very, very smooth here and very, very nice. Gives you a nice Y pose. And of course you can rotate it as much as you want. You do have some nice bicep swivel here. And going on to the pinless jointed elbows, which does look pretty decent, but it's of course hindered, so you can only go about 90 degrees here, which is still pretty decent. And going on to the hinge on his wrist there, you get an up and down hinge, and of course you can rotate it side to side. And on his torso, pretty interesting here, they do give a ball joint on the lower torso, so you can kind of rotate it a little bit, but it feels a bit tight, so I'm not going to break it here. But you can tilt forward this much here, and you can tilt backwards a little bit more. Very, very nice, and it does give you some side movements here as well. Quite impressed with the articulation on this. And also if we go on to the legs here, whoa, you can spread out here quite a fair bit. And also you can kick forward, not too bad, almost the 90 degrees mark. And for the knees, you can kick backwards this much here, which of course makes sense because this suit is pretty large and hefty. And yeah, you don't have any boot swivel, you have an upper thigh swivel. And for the legs, the feet, they do have very nice ankle pivots here, hinge up and down, not a lot of range of movement. Backwards is not too bad, forwards is very limited, but you do have a very wide stance, so you're able to pose him in a lot of poses here because he has a good center of gravity. Okay, so measuring out this figure, he does stand in at about the 6.5-inch mark. Okay, and of course we have some other Iron Man suits here. We have, I think, Mark III or whatever they want to call it, one of the first few he has. This is the 80th anniversary one. And we have one of my favorites here. We have the Extremis Iron Man figure, which also does look very, very nice. And one thing I want to mention to you guys is that the hinge on his wrist here is really nice, so you can put him into his nice shooting poses very, very nicely for your Iron Man setup. And I got to say, I'm not sure exactly which one should I put into my Avengers line, because all three of them look really, really amazing. And of course, this I think is just a testament to what Hasbro can do when it comes to their, what if they put in some effort into their figure line. And here we have him next to the Ultimate Captain America, one of the best Captain America figures, and also the Cosmic Thanos figure here as well. And here he is next to the Black Widow figure, also from this 60th anniversary line. Okay, so that is it with the whole Iron Man Model 1 figure, and I gotta say, this one here looks really, really nice. For a rating, I would give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. I mean, of course, it is lacking on accessories. I did wish that they could have given us maybe the holes on his arms to shoot the blasters, but I know this one is very, very old school, so you can't really do it, but I mean, come on, you can just include it a little bit. I do like the smoke effect pieces here, which you can use for your other figures, and overall I think it's a really good design, very good, nice size to it, weight to it as well. The price, I got this at a discount, so I can't really say too much, but if you're paying full price for this, I would push it down maybe to a 7 out of 10, but because I got it for about almost like 60 ringgit off, so about $15 off. So I think for me it was really good deal. So I think I got it for like maybe 15 or 20. I'm very bad with maths right now. So yeah, I think this is a really solid figure. If you can get it for a discount, I think this is a very nice figure to add into your whole Avengers collection. Looking really, really nice. I'm also quite impressed with the articulation here as well, because this, for a big chunky figure, actually does articulate pretty well. So these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Do leave yours in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, do click the like and smash the subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. If you guys want to follow me on my Instagram, you can do so on the Hummer Lecter. And this is it. This is the Hummer Lecter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.